Good morning, everyone. How are you? Really nice to see you guys here. Thanks for being here. We're going to start right on time. My name is Seymour. I'm the regional technology trainer serving North Carolina and South Carolina, and really excited to be here with all of you for day 4 of the 12 days of command. And I'm wearing my antlers for the special occasion today. And I'm going to have you guys, we'll start with a question around the holiday season, and this is a safe space. So I'm going to have you drop in chat. Have you ever re-gifted a gift that you were given? So just a yes or a no. You don't have to say who it was to. So just a yes or no in chat. Have you ever re-gifted a gift that you were given for the holiday season? Okay, you guys are my people. I'm very happy to be here with you today. We all do it, right? And sometimes we think, maybe this was meant for somebody else. So, so we're going to do that. So today I'm so excited to spend the next around 30 minutes with all of you. We will be talking today all about holiday designs. So we'll be talking through command about the holiday designs applet today. That's what we're going to talk all about today. It's kind of a 2-part. So today is going to be part 1. And if you're able to make it tomorrow to the day 5 of the 12 days of command, that will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. That will be part 2 of this. So today we're going to talk about how to create all of the designs that you can use. And then tomorrow, we're actually going to talk about how to take those designs or any other designs and how you can go in and schedule out all of your posts. So think of today as part 1, tomorrow as part 2. If for some reason you can't attend tomorrow, we've got you covered. So I'm going to drop a couple things in chat for you guys right now, and I'll go in and drop it in chat right now. I'll drop it in about halfway through, and then I'll drop it in at the end again. So if people are jumping on and off, you have the ability to grab it all. So I'm going to drop 3 different links in chat for you. Give me 1 second while I just grab all these. And here's what these links are going to be. The first one is going to be a link that will take you to our YouTube channel. So we have a regional YouTube channel. That is where all of the recordings from today can be found. So we'll have today, all of the 12 days of command, all of those recordings will be there. So if you want, go ahead and just follow that page or subscribe so you can easily see all of those. But that first link is going to take you to our regional YouTube channel. The second link is going to take you to the regional Facebook page. And that is going to take you to the page where you can see we've posted some nice little marketing materials all about the 12 days of command. So it'll have the class title, so you'll know specifically what it is, and then the date and the time for that. So if you want to make sure that you have those, we've got that there. And then the third link that I posted in there is what we're going to be talking about today. That takes you directly to the answers article, which also has a video for you. So if you want to follow along today and then have that just as an additional resource afterwards, that might be nice for you. And yes, it is public. Great question. So the YouTube channel is public facing. Anybody has the ability to see that. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I am going to be keeping an eye on chat. So if anybody has any questions, if you want to drop those questions in chat, if you're comfortable unmuting yourself, we can absolutely have a conversation or ask any questions about anything that we're going through. And with that, give me 1 second, you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we will jump in. All right, and can I just get a thumbs up from someone if you are able to see my screen? It should say welcome home, Sydney, right up here. Awesome, thank you for that. So let's talk designs. So can you guys do me a favor and just drop in chat either a yes or a no? Do you have a Facebook or an Instagram account? So just a yes or a no in chat. Do you have a Facebook or an Instagram account? Okay, awesome, you're at the right workshop because that's what we're going to talk about today. So today we're going to talk about how you can actually go into designs, and you've got some really beautiful holiday marketing pieces in there. We'll talk about other marketing pieces if we have some time as well, but we'll really focus on the holiday stuff today because we want to just make sure that you know how to get there, how to change that up, how to edit it to you. And I'm going to talk first about a thing that's going to save you a ton of time when we're talking about designs. So I've logged into command. So just a reminder, we're going to get into command by going to agent.kw.com. So we're going to go to agent. command.kw.com. You're going to enter your username and password, and that's going to grant you access into Command. Now, over on the left, you'll notice that we have all of the different applets of Command. As you start to have an understanding of these, I know we've got people that have been using Command for years and people that might be brand new to Command. So if we don't quite know what do all these applets do, the easy button is this red button right up here at the top left. If we click on that, it opens up that window. We're then able to see all of the names of the applets right next to them. So what we're going to focus on today in this day of Command is we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to Designs. It's what looks like a little piece of paper, and it's got almost like a paintbrush on top of that. And so if we think of designs this way. This is where I'm going to design anything that I want for my marketing materials. So again, all we've done is gone into Command so far, and then we're going to scroll. It's almost towards the bottom of that page right there. Looks like a paintbrush. We're going to click directly on Designs. We're going to give that just a moment to load. Now, if you've never used Designs before or created a design, you might come into this screen and all of this will not be here, and this might be blank for you. And sometimes we hear from agents that I don't have any designs. When I go into Designs, I can't create anything. It's just a big blank page. These are the designs that you have created. So if you've never gone in and created a design yet, no problem. For us to create a new design, all we're going to do is click on the top right here where it says create design. So anytime in Command, if you guys look for the button that's kind of this tealish, kind of greenish color, that's what I call the action button that's going to allow you to take action on whatever page or screen we're on. So all we're going to do is we're going to click on create design, and then you'll see that we get a couple different options. We can create an email design, which we've got some days of the 12 days of Command coming up around that. We've got social design, which is what we'll talk about today. We've got print design, which is the ability to create, think postcards, flyers. We've got listing presentations, buyer presentations. You've got everything you need in there. And then we've got video. You can create some really nice neighborhood videos directly through Designs. We're going to choose social. So we're going to choose social right here. And then we're going to choose continue. And that's going to take just a moment to load. And while we're doing that, I'd love to hear from you guys. If you want to drop in chat for me, what's the last thing that you posted on social media that had to do with real estate? So was it around a listing? Was it around an open house? What's the last thing that you posted on social media that had to do with your real estate business? So if you want to just drop that in chat, just so we can see that. Going under contract. Oh, that's a really good one, Cindy, that we were going under contract. Closing picture in a story, open house, love that. A listing, market update, closing. Fern, you're in the right place. Haven't posted anything yet. That's okay. About getting your home worth. I love that. Open houses. Okay, cool. So what we hear a lot from some agents is I want to make sure that I'm posting around my real estate business, and I want to make sure that I'm not just, it's all real estate all the time, right? So we want to have that really nice mix so that it doesn't turn into too much real estate, so people just start to ignore your page and not pay attention. So we want to have that really nice mixture around that. And in the designs with the holidays, it allows you to do that because everybody loves a nice little holiday message, right? So if we backtrack just a little bit, all we've done so far, you guys, if you're following along or if you just jumped on, we went into Command, we went into Designs, we clicked on the top right of create a design, and then we went into social. And then once we come here into social, you'll see that what's really nice is they've grouped out all of the designs over here based off of how we want to market. So we've got listing design. So if we wanted to create something around a new listing or something that just went under contract or anything like that, we've got all of those here. We've got the same thing down here for buyers. Lead gen has some really nice stuff. So I saw in chat that a lot of you are doing something really cool, which is posting like those client testimonials. Those are really nice under lead generation. We've got business basics, which think like email, signatures, different things like that. And then we jump down here to holidays. And that's what we're going to spend the vast majority of our time talking about today. However, I want to make sure that we're always working smarter, not harder. I don't know about you guys, but especially this time of year, like time is of the essence at all times, especially now. So there's a tip. If you take anything away from today, I want it to be what we're about to discuss. If you haven't yet gone in to designs and set up under your assets right up here, if you haven't set that up yet, you want to make sure you do this. Now, I'm going to walk through this with you. However, all of you have a fantastic Market Center Tech Trainer, MCTT, that can absolutely help you with this as well, but this is going to save you a ton of time. So we're going to go into the assets first. So again, we just went into designs, we went into social, and we're going to click right up here. What this allows you to do is if you have the same headshot that you want to make sure you're easily able to drop into designs, we can add it here and it's always available. If you have a team logo, a personal logo, you like to use the realtor logo, any sort of logo, anything that you're going to be using on an ongoing basis that you want to easily pull into a design, we want to make sure that we've come in here and we've set that up first. So again, we just went into your assets right up here. And then you'll notice we've got all of these options over here on the left. We're going to go into images. And this is where you'd be able to add your headshot. And we can add multiple ones because I know sometimes we have people that have more of like the in close one. We have some that have the full, realtor pose where we're kind of tilted to the side a little bit there. So if we have multiple images, we can easily add them here. So we're going to come into images. You'll notice that right over here on the right is an upload button. That allows us to just upload the image. So we would click on that. You can add it from your device, Google Drive, Dropbox, anything like that. I'm going to pick my device and then it's going to pop up right here. It allows me to then browse for some sort of photo. Let's see if I have one here. This is not a photo I would really use, but we're going to pull this one in. So we can add a photo in there, upload one file, and then that will be available in your assets to use every time. Now, let's say I added this and then I realize, well, let me ask, has this ever happened to anyone? Yes or no in chat. You look at your headshot and you realize it might be time for a new one. That might be maybe me X amount of years ago. Has that ever happened to anybody? Yes or no in chat, that maybe we're looking back at marketing materials and we realize maybe I don't look like that anymore. Okay. You guys, thank you for your honesty. It happens to me too, that maybe that's not quite what I look like anymore. So maybe for the holidays, we also might want to get a new headshot. So let's say we have that older headshot here. We're no longer using it. We just need to update it. We want to get rid of that and we don't need it anymore to easily drop into our designs. We can do that. Tammy just got new headshots. Nice. So we can do that by easily clicking on those three dots. And then let's say we no longer want this. We're just going to hit that delete button. And we realize this is the headshot. This is the true headshot. This is what we're looking like going into 2022. This is the one we want to keep. Again, multiple images can be here. So if you have multiple headshots, sometimes we have different backdrops. We have the ability to do that. Underneath that, we've got text. So anything that you're going to use a lot, tagline, your address, company name, home phone number, cell phone, whatever it is, your email, your website, you have the ability to come in here. We could even come up here and add new fields. So if you think, okay, something isn't in here that I use a lot, I want my job title, my about me, my slogan, my vision, I can come in here and I can add any of this really easily. And then you'll see we can very, very easily pull that into any of the designs. Now, let's say I come in here. This is my previous phone number. Again, not the phone number I'm using anymore. All we need to do is come right over here, click on the three dots. We can delete it if it's a field we no longer want, or we can come in and edit if we need to make any changes. So again, we're just doing this once, and then you'll see how this works. We're going to have this really accessible in all of the designs that we're creating. Let's jump down to logos. This is the last part of this section that we'll take a look at. Logos down here is where I can upload my Market Center logo. Now, where can those be found? Those can be found really easily on KW Connect under marketing. You also could reach out to your Market Center directly. I'm sure that they have the logos that they could send to you that you can save and then upload. And you'll notice I have a bunch of different logos that are the same logo, they just look different. Because if I'm using something that has an all white backdrop, I want to make sure I have something that's going to show up. So I have the ability to add those multiple logos here Again, I have my KWU approved trainer logo. You might have a luxury logo, or you want to put that realtor logo or a team logo. So the ability, again, to hit that upload button, add all of those logos that you're going to be using really, really easily in those designs. So again, we want to make sure that we've set up the assets first. It's a one-time setup, and then you'll notice how easy it is to pull all of those details in. So we're going to go back to the templates, which is where we started. So all we're going to do is click on that template button right over here. We're still in design, so we're just going to click on that. And that's going to take us back into all of those holiday templates that we had. So now we're going to pick, what do we want to actually create? So you'll see right down here under holidays, what's really, really nice is they've broken this up by each month. Now remember, tomorrow, we're going to talk about kind of the second portion of this workshop, where we can actually go in and schedule all of this out or post this to Facebook or Instagram or wherever we wanted to. We're going to talk about that, and imagine we could actually come in here and we could create the designs for January, February, and March, and then we could get all of that set up. So your first 3 months of advertising are completely done. But we're going to talk about December now. So you'll see when I come in here, I've got it broken up by my social stories, my social square, or my social wide. Social stories, if I click on that, those are the ones that are going to be for those stories. So if we think we're doing an Instagram story, or if you're doing anything maybe on TikTok or Snapchat or anything like that, or Facebook stories, it's that longer type of rectangular story that we can post there. Those are the stories that eventually go away. So they stay there for maybe 24 hours or how long it is, just depending on the social media channel. So those are the stories that you could create. Next to that is the square. This is probably the one that is used the most, very easily used on Instagram, Facebook, just nice dimensions for that. And then next to that, we get social wide. These can also be used on Facebook. However, we have a lot of agents that use these on LinkedIn. We have a lot of agents that get referral business from LinkedIn, and they use these directly on that. So we're going to go in and we're going to say that we're going to choose the social square one. And then you'll notice we have everything for the month of December that we could use. We've got just holiday season ones, winter wonderland. We've got some New Year's ones already, winter solstice. We've got Kwanzaa. We've got Christmas. We've got all of these different ones. So I actually like this one, the by golly holly, winter is here. So we're going to say that we want to use this one. This is the one that we want to create. So you'll notice that as I hover over the design, I've got a red use button right up there. So if that is the design that I want to create and I want to use, I'm just going to click right on that use button. We're going to give it just a moment to load, and then you'll see how easy we can drop things into here. All right. So once that loads, you'll notice that over here on the left, I've got a bunch of different options that I can pull in. Now, remember, I've got my photo here because I have that already under my assets. So if I wanted to add that as an image, as an agent photo, I can do that very, very easily by just hovering over the photo. And then you'll notice that I have this plus sign right up here. That allows me to drop that image into this design. So if you did want your photo on any of your marketing pieces, I can just click that. Now we are probably not going to want that right in the middle of the page where it's covering everything up, right? So you'll notice that when we drop photos in, we have these corners right here. I want you to think of this on your smartphone, right? You know how we can pinch in and out if we're like expanding into that? This is the same sort of thing. So we're going to come right here. If I wanted this to be smaller, which I do, I'm going to hold down on one of those corners, and I'm just going to bring that down to whatever size I would like for it to be. We'll make it about that size. And then I don't want it right here. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to move that right over here. Maybe I want my headshot down there. Now let's say I made it a little bit too small. Same thing. We can just take that, drag up, make it a little bit larger, zoom that down. So again, think of it like a smartphone where we're just zooming in and out for that. Now you'll notice right here, this is a placeholder for a logo. This is just a placeholder DBA doing business as. So we want to make sure we're not keeping this logo here. We want your Market Center logo, or if you have your own logo that you prefer to use, we want to make sure we're definitely switching that out. We're going to click right on that. And then we have the ability to switch that out very easily by coming here into the logos. So I'm going to click on that. And then you'll notice once I kind of have clicked on that and I have that picked, If I come right over here, this is one of my absolute favorite things that we have in designs. So if you notice when I pull over or hold over these designs here, as long as I've clicked on whatever I want to switch. So for example, this is the logo that I don't need to use. I want to switch it out. If I come right up here, you'll notice that I have what looks like two little arrows going like this. If I click on that, it allows me to easily replace that logo. So I don't have to delete the logo that's in there, pull another logo in. Again, if I've picked this logo or whatever it is that I want to switch out, if I come right up here, I click on those two, it allows me to replace that logo really easily. And so maybe I say, I don't love where this is. I'm going to move this down. Again, we're just going to drag that right down here. So let me just go to chat real quick just to see if we have any questions. Nicole, I don't have anything on my screen. It says get started with files. So we can take a look at that in a minute, Nicole. Just make sure that you've gone into create design at the top right, and then it should take you right into that. If it doesn't, for some reason, we can take a look at that. And Lisa, the switch button will save your life. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So we're not having to delete, pull in, resize. It's the best thing ever, right? So let's keep going. And let's say that maybe we
Sydney,
want to.
I've got a question though.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Patrick, go ahead.
So if you put your photo over that logo, they won't see the logo when it goes out either, right?
Correct.
If you cover it up with that, okay.
Yeah, I would still delete it if you really don't want it there, just to make sure it's completely there. But the way that you're going to see it when you download it is the way that everybody will see it. But deleting would work as well.
Okay, and to delete it, you just hover over it and then delete it?
Yep, so if I just, let's say I didn't want this logo here anymore, once I click on something, I get this toolbar right up here, and the one that looks like a trash can is the remove button. And so I can just click directly on that. The logo is no longer there.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Let's see, does the switch button only work with logos? So it works with any sort of photo or text. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's say this by golly holly winter is here. I don't love that. And I've got text right up here, and I wanted to actually put my slogan or something about myself here. Remember, I added that in the assets. If I click on any text and then come right up here, you'll see that I've got that replace text. So I wouldn't really want to do this, but let's say I would want to replace this with my email address or something. If I just click on that, it switches it out completely. So that replace can be used for anything, and it's really, really nice. Now I switched it out. I don't really want that there. I made a mistake. This undo button can potentially be your best friend. We're going to click on that undo button, and it's going to take me right back to where I was. So again, if I go into text, maybe I wanted to add like my phone number down here or something. I can do that really easily when I'm in the text right down here by just clicking. Let's say that I wanted just my name. I'm going to click on my name. You'll notice it drops it right here. Same thing. I can just take that, move that down to wherever I want that to be. Think of it like your smartphone, extending those corners out. So we're going to take that, we're going to move that up. And if I wanted that larger, I can do that there. So we could add as much text as we would want. We could make any changes here that we want to for that. Let me just check chat again. Jody, I hadn't looked at designs in a while. This is way more user-friendly. We love to hear that, Jody. So thank you for that feedback. I will pass it along. And Lisa, do the edits or changes get saved automatically, or do you have to manually save along the way? That's a great question, Lisa. So up here on the left, you'll notice if I go to version history, I can take a look at that. If I click on file, we want to make sure that use auto save has that check mark next to it. It should by default, which means it's going to make those saves. However, I don't know about you, but I've had one too many college papers where I thought I had saved everything and then I found out I hadn't. So I am a fan of, if I'm really making a lot of changes, coming up to that file and just hitting that save button, getting that quick saved confirmation and just letting it know that I've made that. On this, because it's a really quick, easy design that we could create, I don't worry so much about that. But when we talk about like the listing presentation, when we're looking at multiple pages, multiple changes, we want to make sure we're hitting that save button just anytime we're making big changes there. That's a great question. So let's say that we love this design. We're ready to rock and roll with this. And we actually want to take this and maybe we want to email it out to some people. We want to post it on Facebook right now. We want to save it. We want to upload it to Instagram, whatever you want to do. You'll notice that over on the right, we've got all of these different options. Now, the first one here, winter is here, 21-02, is the name of this file. And I don't know about you, but if I wanted to look back at this ever, I'm never going to remember that that's the name of it, right? So I'm going to actually say that this is, I'm going to double click on it and you'll see that it's highlighted right there. That allows me to rename it. So maybe I want to call this December 2021 marketing piece, whatever you want to name it. And then I'm just going to hit that enter button and it will have renamed that design. So we'll talk about in just a moment how we can go in and we can see this design where you've created it to see it in your templates. And so we'll talk about how you can see that. Next to that, we've got a share button. So I'm going to be honest with you. I don't love the share button here, and here's why. We have the ability to click on the share button, and then that can easily take it to Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest. However, it's going to share it with this weird kind of link with it. And what we find is when people are looking at marketing, links freak them out, right? It comes across as kind of like spammy or what is that? So yes, you can do that. However, I'm really going to encourage you to take just one additional step. And that is the next step where we have the download option. So if I click on the download, then you'll see that it allows me to download as a drop down right there. I can download this as a JPEG. And then again, it's that one additional step. However, we could take it and then upload it to Facebook or put it on Instagram or schedule that post, whatever we want to do. So rather than just hitting that share button and having that link there where it just doesn't look as authentic and we find less engagement for that, take just a little bit more time, click on that download button. We would save it as a JPEG. And then we would just choose download. Now don't leave this page yet because you'll notice it doesn't look like anything's happening, but we have to make sure, I'm in Chrome, so my downloads show at the bottom of the page. We have to make sure that that download has happened and it's saved right here. And you'll notice it's saved as what I named it, December 2021 marketing piece. And so then that would be saved maybe in your downloads or wherever you have them to go. And then from that point, we can take it and put it on Facebook or Instagram, whatever we'd like to do from there. So I'm going to pause for just a second, just to see if we have any questions around how to just find the designs, go in and make any changes, save them, and then download them.
Yes, Sydney, I'd like to see again, how did you do the download, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So when we're in the design, all we're going to do is at the top right, you're going to have this download button. It looks like a little bubble. And so when we click on that download, it's going to give us options of how do we want to download this. This one I want to do as a JPEG. If you were doing maybe a flyer or something, we might do that as a PDF, but I'm going to do this one as a JPEG because I really just want it for social media. And then you'll see I have this red download button right here. I'm just going to click on that and then it will download on my computer.
Yeah. Go on.
So let's see.
Okay.
Is there a way to select holiday backgrounds to apply as a new background for something else we've already created? So Neva, the way that we could do that is you do have some different stock images. Let me go in really quickly to see. If I go into images and I go into workspace right here and I go into holidays. So I've got these that could be used as backgrounds. I don't have these. Let me go in. So anytime that you go to the workspace, these are all stock images that you can use for anything. So you could come in here and kind of take a look, but these are more like holiday specific that you could use as a background for something else, but I won't have just this for that. After downloading, what's the easiest way to share? Used to doing this on my phone. So the easiest way is to just take that, the image that you saved anywhere on your computer, and then just go directly into Facebook and upload it that way. If you have an iPhone, we could airdrop this if I was running on a Mac device here as well, or you could text it to yourself, or you could email it to yourself and then download on your phone if you prefer to do it that way. JPEG is favorable for social media. Absolutely. For print purposes, PDF would be better. Absolutely. And then what would be best for a PowerPoint presentation? So for a PowerPoint, I actually recommend that you download it same as a PDF. And then if you're using like a tablet or something, you do have the ability to scroll through it that way as a PDF. Where can we get other images legally using that image? So Fern, if you go into Workspace where we're adding, these are all images that we have for you. So they're broken out. So if I wanted house interiors, I can come in here and use any of these that I would like for that as well. So these obviously aren't holiday ones, but these are images that you can use in any of your marketing pieces at any time for that.
Sydney, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I know the images that we were looking at were pretty much designated for social media. I think I did one last week, a design that I wanted to actually email to my clients via, I guess, via command or whatever. And I have that image, and I guess what I'm thinking, and I think it was like a 2-part image. So for instance, the front of the card said Happy Holidays, and when you open it up, it has a little verbiage and has my name and things of that nature. And I guess I just want to make sure that when I do send it, it's going to come across, because I guess I'm going to send an email, and I may even do another one where I can do social media and put it to Facebook.
Yeah, as long as you, so if this was 2 pages, let's say this image was 2 pages for some reason, when I come up here to download, as long as you'll have an option right here to select the pages. Okay. As long as we download both of the pages, then when you're creating the email, they will both be there for you. Okay, great. I just need to hit all pages, I guess. Is that the, okay. Yeah, so under the download, just make sure under select pages, that all of them are checked, and then they'll all download together. Okay, because what I'm thinking I'm gonna do one for Facebook and then do that separate one, just send it out an email. I know maybe overkill, but no, I love it. Some people look at Facebook, some people look at email. So I think it's great. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see if I have a client who has a Cavalier puppy and I find a photo of one online and want to use that image instead. Okay, I get what you're saying. Be cautious with that, right? So I'll give you guys a little bit of a trick really quickly that's out of command. So if I go to Google.com, oops, you have to spell it correctly. That's the first thing you guys have to do. So if we go to Google and I'm looking for my favorite dog is a pug. So we're going to look for a pug. And then I've got these images right up here. I'm going to come right up here and on this actually, no, sorry. Hang on one second. Under tools. So once I go and I search for images under tools, usage rates, commercial and other licenses. If I click on that, these are photos that then they're saying essentially people can use. So again, under tools, commercial and other licenses, we just want to take a look at that. And they're allowing you to use it. There's also a really great site that I use sometimes for images. I'm giving you guys all of my secrets today. It's PEXELS, pixels, but pexels, PEXELS. That's a really great site for you to go to. It's free stock photos, really beautiful stuff. So we can come in here and search and you could download directly here. Yeah, so PEXELS, really nice site for some stock images, don't have to purchase, and we can search right up here for stuff. So I use a lot of that in marketing as well. All right, so again, today we talked about, I'm just gonna stop sharing really quickly. Today we talked about how to go in, create that design, create your holiday design. We went 4 minutes over. I'm so sorry, you guys. Thank you for being here. As a reminder, tomorrow will be day 2 that kind of goes along with this of how to actually take the design that we've built out today and how to go in and schedule all of that out on social media. So you'll be done. You don't have to worry about that. You can enjoy the holidays. That'll be tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm going to add one more time in chat the links that I posted when we first started. That'll take you to our YouTube page, which is where all of these recordings will be kept. And then that will also take you to the Facebook page, which is where we have all of the listings of all the 12 days of command and the dates or times. Tomorrow's 2 p.m. Yeah, so we're kind of switching up some times for that. So tomorrow will be 2 p.m. Again, 30 minutes tomorrow. And then the last thing is a link to the answers article that walks you through how to create a social media marketing design, which is what we went through today. All right, I'm going to pause the recording. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have an awesome rest of your day. And I hope to see you tomorrow for day 5 of Command. Bye, guys.
Thank you.